Hey everyone, I'm going to talk about Kyber crystals again today, specifically the black Kyber crystal. Recently I was very lucky and managed to, I bought 10 red Kyber crystals. I had one of the smugglers, as they're called, they're personal shoppers basically who shop at Disney and send you whatever you want really for a little fee. And I asked her to buy me 10 red Kyber crystals in the hope I'd pull one black, and sure enough I did. So I finally have my own genuine black Kyber crystal from Galaxy's Edge. It was very exciting. So I just wanted to, I've done a video in the past where I've shown you how to kind of create your own kind of fake black Kyber crystal, which will behave in the exact same way as a real one, in that if you put it inside a Sith holocron, it will play the Snoke voice lines, and if you put it inside a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, it will light up red, just like the original. So it's pretty similar, but it's not the real deal, obviously. And it just gave me an idea if, you know, people with these, because they're so rare, they're sold often on eBay for, you know, ridiculous prices. And what I don't want is for anyone to be cheated and spend a lot of money, you know, thinking that they're getting a genuine black Kyber crystal from Galaxy's Edge and then end up with a very good and convincing knockoff. That just wouldn't be right. So I'm going to teach you a few kind of tips in case you're buying a black Kyber crystal from a third party, and some ways you can kind of determine if it's a genuine one or not, or if it's been kind of rewritten. Just quickly, when I talk about rewriting Kyber crystals, you do it with this device. It's very, very simple. All you do, you get this RFID reader, you get yourself a red Kyber crystal, you hold it against it, and you input the code for Snoke, which is a 4-digit code, and you write it, and it overwrites the code. And so if this was a Vader or a Palpatine, it then becomes a Snoke, and then all you do is you paint it black, and you can pass it off as a genuine thing, which, you know, I obviously the ones that I've done for myself. But just in case there's someone out there who is trying to kind of cheat you, hopefully this video will help you to kind of be alert. So how do you tell a real one from a fake one? Well, over here we have 3 Kyber crystals. 2 of them I made, and one of them is the real thing. And as you can see, they do look similar. They all work in the exact same way. You know, if you put them in the Sith holocron, they're all going to play Snoke. So how can you tell? So here are some ways. So first of all, so even I have, you know, I have to kind of look carefully. So this is the real one right here. This is the genuine one from Galaxy's Edge, and it came, you know, in the red canister like the other ones do, but it came with this piece of paper here, which is tucked inside, and it says, "Today you have found something truly special, blah blah blah, Obsidian," whatever. Okay, so I think that is your first clue. If you buy it from someone who says they've got a real black Kyber crystal and they sell it to you, and then you end up getting it without that piece of paper, and they say, oh, you know, they make some excuses, oh, I've lost it, you know, I don't have it. That to me is a red flag, and I would not proceed to buy from that person, because the chances are that, you know, they've just reprogrammed one of these reds. Also, if they do have it, look carefully. I'm going to try to focus this. So this is kind of made from, it's not cardboard, but it's thicker paper, and the edges, sorry, I'm just trying to get it to focus there. I mean, if you can see the corners of it right here, is sort of black all the way to the end. So if it's like been photocopied, or you know, if they've taken a screenshot of it, it might be a little bit more obvious. But you know, just have a look at that. Ask for, if they're selling it with the black piece of paper, I would ask for kind of close-up pictures of this. So it needs to look like that. It's not quite cardboard, but it's thicker paper like that. It's layered. So it needs to look that way. So that's the first thing, is always make sure it's included in the packaging and it looks genuine. The second thing is get them to send you lots of close-up pictures of the crystal itself. All right, you know, if you're paying all that money, you have every right to ask for lots of pictures until you're happy. So one thing you need to look for is, if you hold this up, you can, against, you know, the lighting, it makes it almost look a little bluish. If you look really carefully there, when the light kind of reflects against it inside, you can almost see, it's almost like a translucent blue. You're not going to be, you might be able to see it on camera, I hope you do anyway, but to the naked eye it definitely does have like a dark bluish kind of tint. Do you see that? Now the other ones will not have this because they were red and they were painted black. So what you'll either get a kind of a jet black, or you might even see a little bit of the reddish, of the original red color underneath, depending on the kind of paint used. There we go. On this, you can clearly see the red underneath. So that's a fake. It's also, this I don't think you can see on camera, but the painted ones are a lot more kind of shiny. It all depends really on the kind of paint. So, but this one is much more shiny and reflective. This one has more of a dull finish. It's not as reflective. I hope you can see what I mean. I apologize if you don't. If you have doubts, and if you want to go ahead with a purchase and you want me to check for you, I'm happy to do that for you. If you send me a message and send me a link, I'm happy to kind of do the checking for you if you're not sure. But hopefully these tips will help you anyway. So that was the second thing. It's just the quality and the nature of the paint might be, you know, might kind of give it away. But also, having said that, some counterfeits are really, really good. I mean, I just went over with some kind of black nail varnish from my missus, because I didn't really care about how good it looks. So look for that. What's the next thing? The next thing is the cut. Now this is important. Right, to show you what I mean, I've got these crystals right here. Now there are 4 cuts. There are only 4 cuts in of all the crystals. Every single color, whether it's green, blue, white, red, whatever, they have 4 different cuts. Okay, and the cut means the shape of the crystal. So cut 1 is right here. Cut 2, cut 3, and cut 4. I'm going to explain the differences, and this is really important, you guys. So cut 2 is the easiest to spot. It's a kind of a thin, pointy, almost an arrowhead shape. All right. You can see how the sides kind of go up like that, like a triangle, like that. And it ends up in a kind of a thin, pointy tip. This is cut 2, okay? Cut 3 is also very easy to recognize. It's the chunky, fat one. It has an irregular shape there. The tip is not pointed. It kind of has this, like almost, I don't know, for want of a better word, like an appendage here. but it's very easy to recognize. It's got that irregular, kind of chunky, squashed up shape, and it's fat. It's fatter than the rest. That's cut 3. Cut 1 and cut 4 can be a little difficult to tell apart. All right, there's the more the medium ones, but so they're sort of a medium shape. They're not as thin and slender as the second one. They're not as fat and irregular as the third one. They both look similar. And the way to tell them apart is cut 1. If you turn it, you see that it does like a peak, like a mountain peak. There, it goes up there and it goes up there, just like that. And they kind of meet at the tip. Cut 4, if you turn it over, there's one angle where it goes up on one side, but the other side doesn't. It's sort of that way. It kind of goes up and over like that. It's more rounded. It's more sort of harder to explain, but once you've seen enough pictures of them, hopefully you understand what I mean. There. So that's 1 here and 4 here. Okay, and the reason this is important is because all genuine black kyber crystals are cut 4, okay? If you get a so-called black kyber crystal that looks like this, or looks like that, or looks like that, then it's 100% a fake, all right? So this, right off the bat, this is my fake kyber crystal, or fake black, because it's a cut 3. See that? It's a cut 3, it's a chunky one, just like that one. So this was a Dooku, which I've reprogrammed and painted. It's just like that one. So even without holding it to the light or doing all those things that I've mentioned previously, if someone sells me this and tries to pass it off, I'll immediately know that that's a fake, because it's a wrong cut, it's a wrong shape, it's a chunky one. Likewise with, no, sorry, that's a real one. This one. So that looks more similar, but let's do that again. You see the real one? Where is it? There we go. So it's a cut 4 that I'm talking about. You see it kind of peaks here, but it's slightly, it kind of goes down. This one is a cut 1 because it doesn't do that. It has the double kind of slant. All right, so that's a little bit harder to tell apart, but if you look at enough pictures of cut 1 versus cut 4, you'll get good at it. I hope you can tell the difference. Okay, so that's another way that you can tell them apart, is the cut, the finish. This has the blue kind of translucency. This one is a little bit more reddish. Some of them will be a jet black. Some will have kind of a glossy appearance. The paper that comes with it. Those are some kind of clues and giveaways. And just to prove to you that they're all the same, right here is my Sith Holocron. We're going to start with the real black kyber crystal. What's it going to do?
My worthy apprentice, where there was conflict, I now sense resolve.
Okay, so that was Snoke, and now we'll take a fake one, or this one, which looks similar. We'll try it in.
Well done, my good and faithful apprentice.
As you can see, it's very easy to reprogram a red kyber crystal and make it behave like a real black, and with a little bit of, you know, the problem is that they can get a cut 4 red one, which are very common. These are Darth Vader ones. This is a cut 4 Vader. If they were to get this and do a fantastic paint job that looks very similar to this and reprogram it, it will be harder to pick up or be harder to tell apart. So you really have to kind of look at close-up pictures. You have to make sure that this is included. Basically, just show up safely, you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I know it's not foolproof, but maybe some of those tips that I've given you can help you to just be aware and not kind of fall prey to a scam or something like that. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Also, as I said before, if you're going to someone has already reached out to me a while back on Instagram. She sent me a message. She was going to buy a black Kyber Crystal for her brother or something, and you know, she wasn't sure. She'd watched one of my videos, and she was about to pay $200. And I asked her to send me some pictures of it, and I said, well, that's a fake. Do not buy that, you know. And I had to explain to her that these things, you know, cost $15-20, and it takes 2 minutes to reprogram them, and it's what she's paying is not worth it. So luckily we were able to kind of stop that. So if you're not sure and you need me to give you a hand with that, I'm happy to help. Just shoot me a message. So that was it for today, and yeah, hopefully you've all learned a little bit. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to leave a comment. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.